Chapter 1 of On Angel's Wings. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit Librivox.org. Recording by Anita Slummer Martinez. On Angel's Wings by Louisa Lilias Greene. Chapter 1, Little Violet. Everyone knew little Violet. She sat always in a small window which projected out over the street, and her purple frock and pale face were looked for and recognized by almost every passerby. She had sat in that curious turret-shaped window for 4 years, in winter, in spring, in summer, in autumn. Other children made snowmen and pelted snowballs in the street beneath, while she looked on from above and laughed and clapped her hands. In the spring the little ones went off by the score and gathered yellow and purple crocuses, of which not a few found their way into Violet's lap, or bloomed again in the vases which stood on the sills of the old-fashioned 8-sided window. She loved to have those flowers, and took them from the children's hands with her brightest and most grateful smile. Later on they brought her violets, sweet wood violets and trailing ground ivy, but for these flowers she now had no smile, only tears, which gathered and multiplied, and which would, despite all her efforts, run down her purple dress in large bright drops. For was not she herself called Violet? And had not someone not so long ago often whispered this word to her in a voice which seemed forever in her ears? My own sweet Violet, lay thy head on mother's breast and rest thee awhile. My little Violet is sweeter to me than all the flowers in the town. And now that Violet had no mother, she could scarcely bear to look at the purple blossoms which they brought to her in bunches, and yet she put them aside, and when they were withered, treasured them all in mother's Bible, which lay always on a little table beside her. In summer, in the gap at the far end of the street between the church and the fountain, she could always catch a glimpse of the hills, the beautiful green hills, covered with trees to the very top, and from whence in the autumn the children returned laden with nuts, baskets and satchels and boxes full, and though Violet did not eat nuts, they made tea things out of the shells, and had doll tea parties in the old turret window. A year ago she had been a very happy little girl, and although even then she could not walk, nor run, nor jump about like other children, still she never fretted about it. She had someone always with her who made the long days pass so happily that she never stopped to ask herself why she was unlike the others, or why all the neighbors as they went by looked up at her with such pity in their eyes. Only once for a few moments she had seemed to understand something about it, when little Fritz Adler, her great friend, going by riding on a stick with a horse's head attached to it, shrieked up to her from the street beneath in great pride, "Ha, ha, Violet, look at me, how I can prance! Thou couldst not do so if thou triedst." "I could," she shouted. "By and by, when I can run like thee, I will ride too." "No, no, thou never wilt," screamed Fritz, giving his wooden horse a lash with his leather whip. "I wanted to give thee this horse, this very one. Ella had bought thee this very whip, but mother said no, it would be folly to give thee such a present." "Why?" asked Violet. "Why, Fritz, did she say that?" "Ah, thou knowest thou art not like other children." "Why am I not like other children?" "Because thou canst not run or even walk about like me and Ella. Mother says thou art a little hunchback, and it would hurt thy poor back to ride and prance like this." And Fritz, again lashing his horse, began to plunge violently up and down on the pavement opposite. "Fritz, what didst thou say? I am what?" But he could give no answer, for his mother, who lived in the little baker's shop across the road, rushing out, promptly secured the offender, and having given him a smart slap across the face, dragged him back into the house. "Mother,"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?